Hello, Mike again. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you've already watched the video that I shared about creating a content calendar, a product brainstorm, and a brand strategy GPT. This is a unique way of working with the brand strategy GPT to make it just a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging, and all in all, far more simple to answer these fairly deep questions, especially if you're someone who's just starting out like me on their brand journey and you're not even sure where to start or how to answer these things. So just like in the last video, I'm going to attach a document in the description here, and it's called an optional conversational guide. We're going to open that, and here's what it looks like. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to have two conversations going with ChatGPT at the same time. The first one, you're just going to have a free-flowing conversation with a wise old friend about who you are, what you love, what you're not so keen about, where are the ways that you would love to show up in the world, what are the gifts that you love to share, what are the changes you want to see in the world, and what unique skills and resources do you have, and how you can use those skills to fill some deep need in the world that people will be so happy to support you doing. So the first step here is you're going to proceed down below this document into the conversational guide for the brand strategy and follow that process. And then the next step is once you've finished having the conversation about your ideas and goals, now you're going to start the Brand Strategy GPT. And when that GPT asks you a question like that big long list of questions here, you're going to copy all of this and you're going to paste it into the conversation thread and have it answer all of those things for you. Make sense? A little bit? Maybe not quite. That's okay. You're in the right place and you're in good hands, and I am here to help answer any questions that you might have. So let's look at the actual guide itself. What you would do is you would come here and you're going to copy this prompt in the box. Hi, ChatGPT. I'd like to have a free-flowing conversation about my business idea. Please respond like a wise friend who is genuinely interested in learning about my business. Ask follow-up questions based on the information I provide that will help me articulate the key elements of my brand, such as my mission, my unique offerings, market position, etc. Before we get started, please confirm if you understand. I just like to do that to set the foundation. After it responds, just start sharing information. Write and speak in your natural tone and style from your heart as if you're sharing your ideas with a dear friend. Have fun, go deep, share your struggles or insecurities that might be holding you back. If you aren't sure how to answer some of the pieces, you can just say, I'm supposed to share my thoughts about this thing, but I don't even know where to start. Can you help me get clarity on this? So I've given you lots of tips here and strategies for having even this conversation. And then I've given you a conversation template just in case you get stuck along your way. Start with your brand story. What's the story behind it? Narrate the history of your brand, focusing on the key moments. Share your passion and purpose. Describe your unique offerings. Discuss your target audience. Just have this conversation. It's still going to take you a couple of hours, but it's going to be so much more heart-centered, so much more enjoyable. You get to just tell story, and at the end of it, now you've got all of this beautiful context in this conversation. It's not trained in your brand vision, mission, values. It's trained in you as a human being. And now when I go and I ask it questions from the CustomGPT, it answered those questions far better than I was ever able to. It gave me so many ideas that I never could have come up with, and it was a game changer for me. So let me give you an idea how it works. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this here. I'm going to go into here and just open up a brand new conversation, and I'm going to paste that in. So this is just a regular conversation. This is not a custom GPT. And this is that prompt that I read to you earlier about the wise old friend. All right, that's fine. I'm just going to hit enter, and it's going to say, let's get started. What's the main concept? Now here, and so from here, I'm just going to have a full-on conversation with it. Hey, my name is this. I love this. This is what I'm going to do. And just let it keep asking me questions. I'm going to keep answering them. It's going to be great. To save us time for this demo, I'm going to take a document and drop it in here. I call it my origin story. It's got all the information about my past, how I kind of came to where I'm at this point, and what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to hit enter. If you don't have that document, I wouldn't expect that you do. I would just say, just keep having the conversation. It's asking me about my target audience. Who do I envision as my ideal member? All of these things. I could just say whatever's in my heart, whatever's in my mind, as clear as I can know today. And if I don't know, I'm just going to say so. I'm going to say, well, this is what I want to do, but I'm not really sure yet who it might help. Can you help me figure that out? It will say, sure. It will start giving you some suggestions, and you can say, oh, I love that one. Not so sure about that one. Let's take that and keep going. To save us some time for this demo, even though you would not have a brand summary at this point, I need to take a little bit of a shortcut here. So we're going to pretend that this brand summary that I just added here is giving it all the context about who I am, who I think my target audience is. We've just had this whole conversation just for the sake of this demo. So once I have that conversation, this is what I'm calling my conversation thread. I'm going to come back over to my document, and underneath the conversation thread piece, now this is where I'm going to have two separate threads going. My conversation thread and my brand strategy custom GPT thread. We've already opened our custom GPT thread. It's already given us our first task. It looked something like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this prompt here. I'm going to put this into my conversation thread. I will now provide you with a series of brand strategy questions that I need you to help me answer. Take the role of a seasoned expert, and let's brainstorm answers together before we move to the next question. This is my conversation thread. I'm going to paste it into here, and let's see what it says. I'm ready to help you one question at a time. So now my conversation thread is all ready to go. This is where I'm going to come into my brand strategy, which has recently asked me for all of this information. I'm just going to copy this and come back to my conversation thread and paste it in there and hit go. It's giving me this information. Oof. I told it one question at a time and say, this is great. Let's do all questions at the same times. So now it's going to use all the information from the conversation that we've had, assuming we had a 2-3 hour conversation instead of taking the shortcut that I took. And it's going to answer this question for me. I'm going to then take this information, copy it from here, and now I'm going to take that back into my custom GPT thread, where it had just asked me all of these questions, and I'm going to paste that into here. I'm going to paste in all the answers that my conversation gave me. Why am I doing that? Because this custom GPT is going to take that answer and it's going to optimize it even more. It's going to put it all into the same kind of format so that at the end I'm going to have a document that's very well formatted. So here it's giving me a brand summary. So what I'm going to do now, well, first of all, I'm going to look through it. If there are things that I'm seeing here that don't necessarily resonate with what my conversation thread provides, I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to say, hey, can we change this or that or the other thing? It will say absolutely, and then it will regenerate this response again. Based on that feedback, for the purpose of this demo, though, I'm just going to say, this all looks amazing. And I am going to just copy this because this is the optimized answer from the custom GPT. I'm going to paste it into a Word document. That's going to become my final source document for any other conversation I want to have in the future in any chat conversation in any platform ever. So once I'm happy with that, I would say, this is great. Proceed. I like to be nice to it. Now it's asking me for a whole bunch of other information that I'm still like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to copy this from the custom GPT. I'm going to go back into my conversation thread and paste that question in there. It's going to give me a conversation version answer. Fundamental purpose is to empower individuals to lead their own journeys of transformation by blending human intuition and AI technology. This brand exists to inspire and support people in creating their own communiverses, unique, purpose-driven communities that reflect their vision and values. So I'm going to copy that. Go back to my custom GPT version. I'm going to paste that conversational answer in and let it create an optimized custom GPT version. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that into a Word document. That's the next page of my Word document. And then I'm just going to keep going. So you're just going to go through and you're going to say, all right, give me the next question. And it's going to give you a whole bunch of questions. Copy that, paste it, copy that, paste that, copy that, paste it over there. It's a lot of copying and pasting. That's most of what you're doing. It's so much easier for me anyway than trying to figure out what are my brand strengths and weaknesses when I've never created a brand before, have no idea about what any of that even means. So once you're all done going back and forth and you've completed all 14 tasks and you've pasted all of those optimized answer into a document, you can create a title page, a table of content, and now celebrate because you now have a brand strategy. And let me give you an example. Let me show you what mine looks like. So I created a nice cover page for mine. My table of content, so you can see my brand summary, mission, vision, values, brand tone, and voice, all of these wonderful things. This is what it's going to look like. Here's my tagline: create, connect, and thrive in your own communiverse. Here is my mission. My vision is to cultivate a world where individuals build and lead vibrant, connected communities or communiverses that not only reflect their unique strengths, but also shape a more inclusive and compassionate society. I envision my community, Cathartic Clarity, as a global hub for empowering leaders to integrate their inner wisdom with cutting-edge technology, creating a ripple effect of positive change in the communities that they serve. By harnessing the synergy between intuition and AI, we aim to inspire personal transformation and ethical leadership that transcends boundaries. Within 5 years, I plan to have a physical retreat center similar to Omega Institute, if you're familiar with that, here in Rhinebeck, New York. And the people that I'm going to get to host their events and their workshops are going to be people who had graduated from Cathartic Clarity, what I'm calling my communiversity. I also have plans to start a couple of nonprofits. These are my core values. I have 9 of them. My unique value proposition, my product offerings, target audience, all of these things. And this is just a summary. Here's all my content strategy highlights, what I'm going to do on each platform. And now I go into more of an expanded summary. I've got my elevator pitches. I've got, what else do I have here? My avatars. I've got my brand messaging across all the different platforms, what I'm going to do where, and what types of content. I've got some content idea creation going on here, and I also have some potential hooks. Ready to build your own communiverse? We'll show you how to create, connect, and thrive in a community universe that's truly yours. And then there's, ooh, and I love this one. Your intuition is powerful. Pair it with AI and watch what happens. Ooh, I got to do that one. See what else we got. Imagine a community where growth happens on your terms. That is what I am all about. Join a movement where tech meets heart. Ooh, yes. This is so good. It's got some additional ideas. Traditional self-help not cutting it. Try blending your wisdom with the power of AI and see where your journey takes you. This describes my journey perfectly. I had been trying for 14 years to really discover and share my unique gifts with the world in a way that they would find really valuable, really useful, really impactful. And I was just stuck. And then in the fall of 2023, I took a AI mastery course, and it opened my eyes to what this moment is in time, helped me understand what the future could be, and it really sparked a mission in me to get involved and to help other people learn about this moment in time, because it is unlike any other technical revolution before. This is technology on an exponential curve, and those of us who learn to use AI today are going to help shape what it becomes in the future. Those who don't learn about AI are going to be shaped by it. I'd like to be in the first group, please. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we got here. Ever wondered what would happen if your intuition teamed up with AI? Spoiler, it's pretty awesome. Absolutely. Some information on how to use the hooks, and that kind of brings me to the end. I skipped a lot of parts, but anyway, that is what I have for you here, kids. I'm going to be giving you some documents down in the description. If you want to use this conversational optional method, show you that again. All of these instructions are here for you, and they're going to walk you through it. And you're going to end up with a document. Again, even if you don't have a clear idea on what you would ever even build a community universe around, I promise you, going through this process, your ideas are just going to be spilling out of you. And then the problem shifts from I don't have any idea to I have so many ideas, I don't know which one to choose. I'm wishing that for you, and I'm here to help if that happens. Please let me know in the comments how this works for you. If there was anything that didn't make sense, I'm happy to fill in the blanks, and I look forward to getting to know you through your story and through your journey building and using custom GPTs. Thanks, and I will see you next time.